Of all the days for them to do construction, they choose it on the one day that I want to film videos. And this is what I get. Today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, Instagram giveaways, Insta story engagement, and coming across as the same as everyone else. I'm Brittany from Not Another Blonde, and you're watching Blog with Brit, where I answer all your blogging and business related questions. If this sounds like something you're into, subscribe to my channel. We post new videos every Wednesday. And like by we, I mean I. It's literally just me. Our first question is from Katarina, and she wants to know if there's anything else that she can be doing aside from beauty giveaways here and there to increase her following. Some people will disagree with me on this, but you are definitely on the right track by doing giveaways. Giveaways are the #1 way to grow on Instagram right now. Like, there's Instagram, the whole algorithm has totally caught on to all of our like growth hacks, if you will. So we as in influencers, creatives, and things of that nature have resorted to doing giveaways, doing Instagram ads, which we can talk about later, and collaborating and being featured on different people's pages, accounts, stories, things like that. So yes, I think giveaways are a great way to grow, but you have to be consistent with it. You can't just do one giveaway and then expect to grow a tremendous amount. It's really something that a long-term strategy that you really need to put into your marketing plan. I personally try to do giveaways at least once a week, if not more so. Sometimes I will partner, I do this at least once a month, where I partner with other bloggers and other creatives and brands in the industry. We get together and we give away a high ticket item. So whether it's like a Louis Vuitton bag or a Gucci bag or a trip to some beautiful island or $3,000, I can't afford that by myself, and these other people that I partner with can't afford to give that away by themselves. So we all partner together and then give that prize away to one lucky winner. The benefit with doing a loop or a group giveaway, and I also have a video of this on my IGTV, which I will link in the description of this video. But the benefit to doing a loop or a group giveaway is that you're essentially gaining other people's followers. So let's say you have 20,000 followers. If you are doing a giveaway to your 20,000 followers, if it's just you in the giveaway, you are kind of capped at a certain reach. Not to say that you can't reach more people, because you absolutely can, using like hashtags, geotags, just having a piece of content go viral. Like, you can totally reach a ton of people, but it's unlikely that just with you alone you will go viral. So it's better to partner with these other bloggers, because you're not only having access to your own 20,000 following, your own audience of 20,000 followers, but you have access to all these other bloggers' followers as well. So you could be partnered with a blogger who has 100,000 followers. So now you're having access to your 20,000 followers and their 100,000 followers, giving you 120,000 followers that you have access to. So the more people that you are partnered with a higher following, the more brand awareness and exposure you will get. So I highly recommend giveaways. I kind of digressed from the question. So the question was, what else can you be doing to gain a following? Just posting consistently. Every time you post a picture, you're going to lose followers, but you're also going to gain followers. So as long as your gain is higher than your loss, you're on the right track. A good way to kind of gauge that is to utilize Instagram Insights. Look there, see what content is sticking and what content is not performing so well. Maybe, like, just historically speaking, flat lays don't do super well for bloggers or just brands in general. People like to see a person and just a bigger picture. So you could maybe stay away from the flat lays and maybe try like a selfie. Selfies have been performing very well lately. People love selfies for whatever reason. I think like Kim Kardashian totally started that whole like selfie train. She just like, I don't know, selfies are a thing. I'm personally not into selfies, but they perform pretty well. So you know, weigh your options, see what's sticking, what's not, and then do more of what's working. And your following should grow as long as you're creating high quality content, you're adding value, you're using appropriate hashtags, you are geotagging, meaning at the top it'll say tag your location. You want to tag that location on your picture and in your Insta stories, because when you do use that geotag, people will click the geotag and you will come up in the search results. So if you geotag New York, New York, people are like, you know, wanting to visit New York, New York, or they just want to see what's going on in the area. They click the map, and then your picture will flood that search results, those search results. In terms of adding value, before you post any piece of content, whether it's a story, a YouTube video, Instagram, I mean, in this case, we're talking about Instagram specifically. So before you post any piece of content on Instagram, you want to ask yourself, is this piece of content educating someone? Is it inspiring someone? Is it entertaining someone? If it doesn't hit educate, inspire, or entertain, don't post it. If it's something like Sunday Fun Day and you're like, you know, frolicking in a park full of flowers or something, not a park, but a field full of flowers, that's not really doing anything for anyone. Like, we don't know why you're there, what you're doing there, what are you wearing? Like, those little minute details are everything that you need to add value to your readers' lives. I also want to add that numbers and your following on Instagram is not the end all be all. As we move into 2019 and 2020, more brands are not paying attention to how many followers you have, but they're paying attention to what your actual reach is, how your engagement is, if you're using engagement pods, if your engagement is actually authentic. Because in their minds, why would they pay, let's say, $1,500 for a blogger who has 150,000 followers if they're only reaching 20,000 of those people? So they're going to be paid by how many people they're actually reaching and communicating with versus how many followers they actually have. And I have mixed feelings about this, because I still think that, you know, sometimes some posts perform better than others, so I don't really think it's fair to go by what your reach is, because you still worked hard for those followers, and hopefully if you did it a legitimate way, those followers are all real people, so you still have the potential to reach them. Just because you're not reaching them every single time doesn't mean that you will never reach them all at one time. So, you know, I really have mixed feelings about that. So moral of the story, ways to grow on Instagram: be consistent. Make sure you're pumping out quality content and you're not just posting to post, and you're not posting like filler content or anything like that. Use hashtags, use geotags, try to get featured on as many brands' pages and just, you know, style inspiration pages as much as possible, and be authentic. Make sure you're adding value. So what that means is make sure that your posts are either educating, entertaining, or inspiring someone, and you will grow, hopefully. And if you don't grow, join a giveaway with me right now. The next question is, how do I get more engagement and interaction on my Insta stories? So if you want to get more activity on your Insta stories and engagement, you need to be active and engaging on your Insta stories, because, you know, activity and engagement breeds activity and engagement. So if you want that, you have to kind of dish that out. So, you know, you want to be active every single day. Like, I'm talking 5 to 10 of those little bars across the top of your story should be present every single day. You should at least have 5 to 10 story snippets on your story at all times. And in those stories, you want to make sure that you're adding value. I know we talked about value earlier, but it is so important, and people just like still aren't getting how to add value. Adding value, it doesn't have to be like, you don't really have to, it doesn't have to be some intense like thought process that goes into it. You just have to think, okay, as a consumer or as a follower of someone, what would I want to know? What would make my life easier? How can I make my followers' lives easier by providing this content? What can I do to make this content more interesting or improve the lives of those who are watching my story? So if you snap a picture, if you like do a selfie, you're wearing, let's say, these earrings, you've got this lipstick on, and your nails are in the shot, maybe like your hands on your face and you're taking a selfie. So talk about where you got your nails done, where do you go to get your nails done, what lipstick are you wearing, maybe let's do a swipe up. What earrings are you wearing? Do another swipe up for that. That is adding value because you're immediately answering all those questions, that potential questions that your followers might have. Where are your earrings from? What color lipstick are you wearing? Where do you get your nails done? What color nail polish are you wearing? So all of those questions can be answered in your Insta story, and that is how you add value. The other thing you can do is do Insta story takeovers. So you will essentially take over a brand or someone else's Instagram story, post yourself and make sure you're tagging yourself, and then you will get people to kind of link back to your Instagram and your Insta story. The other thing to do is to be featured on other people's Insta stories. So if you're out like walking around doing some photo shoots in the city or whatever, make sure that the person you're taking pictures with, maybe it's another influencer, maybe it's a photographer, make sure that you're kind of cross promoting each other and tagging each other on stories, because then your followers will bounce back and forth and you'll have double exposure from both of your audiences. Something else you can do to kind of bump up your engagement on Insta stories is to utilize all of the features of Insta stories. They have rolled out so many different features over the past year. Like you have polls, you have questions, you have gifts, you have location, you have countdown. I feel like I'm missing some things. The time, like any little, like something that seems so little and minute and like just I don't have to do that, do it. Like utilize these features, because Instagram rewards people who are using the app for what it is supposed to be used for. So they want, like, they put these features on Insta stories and on Instagram in general for you to use them and to have access to them and to share them, because the more you are on Insta stories, the more you will inspire other people to be on Insta stories, and it's just like this whole big cycle. And Instagram's main goal is to have as many active users at any given point in time on the platform. So the key takeaways are to stay consistent, to add value, and to use Insta Stories features, all of the features that they have to offer. Omuma wants to know, how do I self-promote without coming across as the same as everyone else? I think in terms of promoting yourself, I feel like I need a little bit more clarification on this question, but I'm just gonna go by what I think this person means by the question. So in terms of promoting yourself on Instagram, YouTube, like across any social media, the way to not be the same as everyone else is to be yourself, because there's only one of you. Yes, you may have similar qualities or mannerisms as someone else, another blogger. Your style may be similar to someone else's, but there's only one you, and only you can promote things in the way that you promote things. So stop trying to do, like, if you see something that Tezza does, or the Skinny Confidential, or something Navy, if you see them doing something one way and you're like, oh, maybe that'll work for me, like, don't do that. Just do what feels natural and organic to you. Do what speaks to you. Do what is most authentic to you, because as soon as you try to be like someone else, people will call you out on the bullshit, and it just is not, it's not a good look. As bloggers, we often get inspiration from each other, so it is kind of hard to like separate yourself or distance yourself from that and kind of create your own, self-promotion if you're promoting a blog or yourself or your YouTube channel or whatever. So sometimes it helps to look outside of the industry and maybe take a look at people in the real estate industry, in the interior design industry, in the food and beverage industry, and see what they're doing to promote their content and what ideas they're coming up with, and how they are speaking, how they're using their platform, and apply that to your own. So it's interesting. Like, you're gonna have to get creative, but kind of look at these different people and see if they're using something that maybe you can apply to your own brand. I'll tell you what, for one thing, those templates on circulating on Insta stories, like the 5 facts about me or whatever, like those templates, the kind of originator of that was the Sunday chapter. She grew from 25,000 followers to over 400,000 followers within like a week because her templates went viral. I don't know where she got the idea from. I should actually bring her on here and like talk to her about that because I just think it's incredible. But yeah, I don't know where she got the idea from, where the inspiration from that came from, but it was definitely something that was unique and made her stand out, and she was not the same as everyone else in her promotion. She used that to kind of catapult her to the next level in her blogging career. And so you do have to get creative in order to, you know, find a strategy like that that will kind of set you apart and take you to that next level. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Blog with Brit. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you would like your question answered on Blog with Brit, comment in the comments and I will give you a shout out. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. We post new videos every Wednesday.